too difficult, just roll it in pocket weight. Ideally would like to try and get a cannon just to take it away.
26.
At least if you land behind the red, you're guaranteed some shot.
27.
So a lot rests on the next shot, positionally on his next colour to establish which way he gets on the red. Obviously wanted to be top side of the blue.
Yeah, probably just screw back, come off the cushion a fraction. Yeah,
40.
far from ideal. If he does miss it, of course it's going to be left over the pocket. Might be able to play it in such a way that he could get cover from the black, but...
Problem with this pot, I guess, is if you do miss it, it's hard to imagine that you wouldn't leave it.
Yeah, I think if you're going to go, you have to totally commit, play pocket weight.
SELBY. 40.
Well, now, that's a moment each. The missed red is one thing, and it was difficult. The missed black from O'Sullivan previously. One of these two is going to end up losing this frame and being disappointed.
One.
He's very conscious in playing that red to make sure he was low on the black. Leave a natural angle, if you just pot the black. Should be perfect on the yellow.
Eight.
Frames you lose always hurt less when you haven't had a chance. Of course, would be the chance to go 6-4 up, as it is with this green. 5-all.
13.
Interesting frame it's been, isn't it? Just the way that it's hand out. But it's moments
17.
in these sort of matches. Shot that goes wrong positionally. Ultimately, it wasn't so much the missed red, it was the positional shot before.
22.
The red was very missable. And it's his last shot in the frame, Mark Selby, because Ronnie O'Sullivan has gone on to take it. So, interesting start to tonight's snooker. Mark Selby's got a very proud record in that he's beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final of the UK, the Masters and the World Championships. Some achievement. The Masters is even more of a feat because O'Sullivan gets a huge following in London. For balance, O'Sullivan has beaten Selby in 2 Masters finals.
Yeah, Mark's great patience, great discipline. Always gives it those extra few seconds to play a shot that he feels is more or less guaranteed keeping it safe. Just to keep it tight.
One.
Again, what's safe against Ronnie O'Sullivan? The barometer is a little bit different.
8.
He's finished in between on his colour here, isn't he? He's not really on the blue, that's awkward. The yellow would be the answer, but not a simple yellow. And I think I'd rather him punching that in around the angles and playing it the way he did.
Again, same problem for Mark here. Where's the next colour going to come from with the black tied up?
One.
And again with the pink and black more or less out of commission. Ideal now to have the blue on its spot. Yeah,
Seven.
played it with topspin to try and get up the table. Obviously, we're going to play with topspin.
That's a rather unlikely outcome to that shot, nearly knocking the yellow in down the cushion. Whether he did know about it or not,
13.
his way of getting on it was unconventional.
Maybe look to get on this red, just above the black. Of course, when he pots
18.
this, going up for the blue. But it's freed the black into the right corner.
$19. $24.
Didn't play for that red originally.
25.
This will free the path for that other red, close to the pink spot.
31.
He's got a little bit of thinking to do, but he's not straightforward this break.
Yeah, slight kick there.
44.
Just ask the referee now to clean the white.
45.
I'd like to be low on the black, have an angle when he's putting the black to be able to disturb the red away from the pink.
53.
Yeah, played it well. Trace a left-hand side just to get the white ball back up. Parallel now with the black. It must have been able to go the way he
16.
played it. Push the red to the one side cushion, and then the white ball would be hamper queuing for the other red.
Mark Selby. 60.
Sullivan won't have given up hope of winning this frame. Got to try and push this red into play if he can. Certainly leave the cue ball safe. It isn't an awfully difficult table if a chance came. Selby's usually got very good defensive skills in frames like this. Now the pink going a little awkwardly, clearly not in his favour, O'Sullivan. When Selby knows that the scoreboard is a factor in this frame, 39 points, so 2 reds in bulk. That's why he played that red instead of the other one and pushed it down towards the black. Oh, that's a kiss from the gods to O'Sullivan. It's not quite what he's looking for, don't think, but...
Trying to get the snooker, leaving the red close to the pocket.
He's put some pressure on him, though, Selby here, because, you know, the likelihood is a mistake would still cost him. Well, it wasn't anywhere near as thin as that, overcutting it, that he hasn't left the red on. That's quite a bad misjudgment. Crashed into the other red as well. I don't think that was his initial plan, but in the end, looking for a little bit of cover.
Push the red onto the other side cushion, the white gone close towards the pink. All black.
Goodness me, what a moment that is. What a moment. I mean,
4.
it was a little heavy-handed, but of course the cue ball was well controlled. Quite a dramatic thing to happen. I don't think O'Sullivan ever thought this was going to happen, because he's walking around as if to escape from the snooker, and then he discovered that there was a foul, there's a free ball. He executed the shot from the first part of the shot very well, but not the second part. Of course, he runs the risk here, putting him back in, that if he hits the red near the pocket, he pots it. Wow. How did he not go in off that?
Some skill there.
Well, I mean, how could you have seen this happening? Goodness me. I mean, the in off. Well, there's lots of value in playing that shot and hardly any chance of leaving a red on.
SELBY, 1.
Again, just needed the one snooker, particularly where the yellow and blue are, apart from even the other colours.
Played it beautifully. I don't know why he was all that worried about the pink being out. The only worry is to stop O'Sullivan getting a snooker right now, and especially now that he's in one. Oh, a chance to get the frame one here for Selby. Well, that will seal the deal. He'll win the frame, Mark Selby. It's been a long one. And knocking the yellow in playing that snooker, perhaps.
8. 11.
Early on, Ronnie O'Sullivan led 2-0, but from the afternoon session, Selby just edged it 5-4.
20.
So Mark Selby ends up winning a fairly lengthy 11th frame. Mark Selby leads Ronnie O'Sullivan here in Shanghai 6-5. I said before that Ronnie O'Sullivan doesn't want to get embroiled in long tactical battles. He kind of did in that previous frame. I think he would like to stay positive and be aggressive where he can. It's his best chance of winning. Pretty out of character that Selby would play a safety shot, which has gone wrong, but it certainly has this time. They're forced to play off the side of the bunch, Selby, and of course reds can always just drift out close to pockets.
Seven.
The pink gone on the black spot helps.
8. 14. 15. 70.
Just picking off these open reds, looking for an opportunity to get an angle on, ideally the pink, to be able to go into the pack.
18. 24. 25.
Ideally doesn't want to be straight here.
31.
I'd like to have a little bit of an angle to get away. Seems to be okay. Screw back off the cushion.
32.
Yeah, ideally going into the pack, he was better from the other side. He had the opportunity a couple of shots ago.
38.
Seemed to be a greater margin for error. But coming from the other side.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 38.
Yeah, he seemed to wait until the latest opportunity he could to go into the bunch, which is not like him. He could have gone in earlier.
One.
Beautifully struck shot from Mark. Ideally hit that red that's nearly on the pink spot.
Six.
Nicely controlled.
Seven. Thirteen.
Well, the O'Sullivan lead of 38
14.
seemed insignificant, but actually, with that red up the table on the left, of course, Selby can't get anywhere near the winning line without taking that red. May leave it till the end,
21.
but it gives O'Sullivan hope that it's there.
Yeah, ideally I think yellow looks the best opportunity to try and take that red out. Again, that's a few shots away. So Mark will have a general picture in his mind. Really have broken that down just to shot by shot.
27.
First priority, of course, is to put all these open
28.
reds and then put himself in a position to try and pot a colour and take out that last red.
34. 35.
He saw the shake of the head there. He isn't the right angle on the blue for the two reds. Certainly not to get close to them. Just at mid-range. It's not too bad.
41.
If it's an angle here, might just be tempted to play in the pink.
47.
Can't get up to the yellow. It's half ball on the pink, be able to play a cannon on the red. Ideally push it towards the corner.
48.
Looks ideal angle there.
Yeah, and I think the red is just that nice distance away from the cushion. It's not on it. It's not 2 or 3 inches further to the right where you could go around the back. It looks the perfect target, doesn't it? But not a big enough target, it turns out. Surprised by that. Now he's snookered. So that's a
54.
potential game changer, that last shot.
It
Mark
seemed a very
Selby,
big target there to
54.
hit.
Well, now O'Sullivan having a little dart at this down the cushion. What a shot. What a shot it was. I can think of players who mightn't have taken it on. But now that it's gone in, there's been a big swing in this frame. In the last 2 or 3 shots, always looked in, but only just made it. So a chance for a quick counter-attack from O'Sullivan. Still got to take these because they'll lead up to and including the pink. Actually, also
7.
they'll lead the black, in fact, won't he? It'll be 7 in front by then. But it shouldn't be a big problem
10. $14.
Oh, miscounted there. It's to his relief. He won't need the black. That makes the job a lot easier. Well, that was a big swing. It's only a frame, but it feels like a significant frame because Selby was in a strong position after Sullivan's early mistake. It's all square again, 6-all. Selby lost control once he didn't get the cannon on the last red. But this is the highest level. It's the smallest margins at times, which make all the difference.
The red all right. We'll look for the mid-range pot. Beautifully.
One.
With a lovely pace, didn't hit absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he didn't get those right, did he? I mean, when you see that cube will just stay in the middle of the table, having hit the pink square on, that's when you know the reds are going to split. So it wasn't one of his best shots. It wasn't particularly unlucky, that split. He didn't play it overly well.
Good safety shot there from Marley. He hit a fraction harder than he wanted. With these pots, but it does pot a good chance to be on one of the ball colours.